Hello, this is Johnny Hines, and in our second episode, I talked to Kongos about the origin of their tribal rock sound and hear what it's like to be in a band of brothers. I'll also cherry-pick the most essential tracks from this month's Ones to Watch artists. And if you want a chance to win some merchandise direct from the band, find out how at the end of the show. So to start us off, I give you the sound of Kongos.
Come with me now. Come with me now.
Afraid to lose control and caught up in this world. I've wasted time, I've wasted breath. I think I've thought myself to death. I was born without this fear. Now only this seems clear. I need to move, I need to fight. I need to lose myself tonight. Go with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Go with me now. I'm gonna show you how. I think with my heart and I move with my head. I open my mouth and it's something I've read. I've stood at the door before I'm told, but a part of me knows that I'm growing too old. Confused what I thought with something I felt. Confused what I feel with something that's real. I tried to sell my soul last night. Funny, you wouldn't even take a bite. Far away, I heard him say,
Come with me now.
don't delay. Him say,
Come with me now.
far away, I heard him say,
Now.
don't delay. I heard him say,
Come with me now.
go with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Go with me now. I'm gonna show you how. Afraid to lose control, caught up in this world. I've wasted time, I've wasted breath. I think I thought myself to death. I'm born without this fear. Now only this seems clear. I need to move, I need to fight. I need to lose myself tonight. Go with me now. Go with me now. I'm gonna take you down. Go with me now.
Welcome back to the Ones to Watch with Skype podcast, our monthly deep dive into the bands that are fast becoming the next big thing. I've got Skype primed and ready to dial in Kongos, who are our headline act, and also I've got a phone load of your video questions for the band. Now, if you don't know Kongos by name, you probably know them by their sound. Their biggest hit to date, Come With Me Now, has been championed across the world by radio stations and has been featured on everything from movie trailers to TV shows, advertising to major sporting events. And that's the song that I just played you. So without further ado, let's get the band on Skype. Well, hi guys, and thanks for joining the podcast.
Hello, thank you for having us.
You're very, very welcome. So why don't we go around and tell us who you are and what you do in the band?
I am Dylan. I play bass and sing in the band Kongos.
I'm Johnny. I play keyboards and accordion.
I'm Jesse. I play drums and sing.
I'm Danny, and I play guitar.
Now listen, like the Bee Gees and Jacksons before you, but unlike the Chemical Brothers, who are shockingly unrelated, you guys actually are a band of brothers, hence the name.
The name comes from our last name, which is Kongos. initially was probably some lengthened version of it, some Greek name like Congolopoulos or Congolides or Congo Giorgio.
I think it's much more catchy, the one that you went for. So you guys are currently out on tour. You're in New York right now. How's it treating you?
Tour's been great. This is our first sort of real headlining run of North America, and it's been an amazing reception so far. Very happy to kind of start doing our own show. We've been doing a lot of support slots for the last year, which have been amazing, but there's nothing like putting your own show on. Before
we get more into the chat with you guys, let's hear some of your music. We're going to play I Want to Know. Can you tell us a bit about the song and introduce it for us?
Yeah, this is our third single here in America right now. It's just going to radio at the moment, and it's sort of a chill reggae vibe. We like playing it live because it's one of those songs that you can, you know, we played it so many times we can kind of zone out and actually just enjoy the groove of it.
I wanna know, 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 I wanna know. What's it gonna take? Are we gonna forever make the same mistake? I wanna know, will you take a stand? Will you raise a hand for your brother's sake? You talk about the deluge, you talk about centrifuge. You got something to prove, tell me. Whose eyes you gonna use? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? And you, yeah, you. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. What's it gonna be? Got another theory you want me to hear? Taking your refuge in your reason just to beat the fear that we don't know why we're here. Even cold hard facts have got a way of changing their stripes in the light of a new day. The world we hold so tight and true, turn it on its head. And yeah. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? You, yeah, you. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. Living under pretense, always on the defense, always on the fence. Tell me, what's it gonna be? Yeah. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. I wanna know, I wanna know.
Previously, your music has been described as folk music with nuts, and you guys have seemed to have adopted that quite a lot. Is that your favourite way of describing the band?
We always get that question. Obviously, people say, "How do you describe your music?" And it is a hard question to launch for. So that there was a DJ in South Africa that said that folk music was nuts. And it was funny enough, and it kind of captures, I guess, a certain elements of it. You know, it is definitely influenced by folk music, but we tried to rock and roll it up a little bit.
It's also been described as jungle rock. I think jungle gym rock. That's the new one.
It's also been described as crap.
So at this point, I'd normally be asking you guys how you first met, but it's very apparent how you first met. So why don't we talk about how you first picked up instruments and formed the band?
Well, we all started on piano at an early age. Our parents kind of taught us piano. Our dad taught us piano from the age of 2 or 3, and then we started taking classical lessons, and then we kind of organically and naturally drifted to our now respective instruments. Danny and I picked up guitar and started playing that and learning from our dad. Johnny kept on with piano and then picked up the accordion. Jesse always liked to hit things, so he picked up the drums. And
pick them up.
He didn't actually exactly pick them up, but
I lost a bet and then made me play the accordion.
Yeah.
Well, ladies love the accordion, don't they?
Yeah,
that's what people keep telling me.
Is it not proving to be true at this point in the tour?
It is. I have to fight them off.
So tell us about your dad. John Kongos is a very well-respected musician in his own right. How does he feel about the newfound success?
He's been very supportive all the way. You know, he encouraged us to learn music, and he even encouraged us when we decided to form a band. It was never written or anything like that, but he had a pretty good time in his career, and so both our parents were kind of behind it when we decided that's what we wanted to do and avoid getting real jobs. So he built a studio in London. We kind of grew up in that environment, and then when we lived in South Africa, he had a recording studio, and then Phoenix, he also built a recording studio. So we're very lucky to grow up in that environment and have the luxury of learning to use the gear and make records ourselves. So now that it's actually paying for itself, he's very happy. He can come to a gig and, not be pushing faders.
And your dad's played some shows with you as well. That's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah. Well, a few times in South Africa and Phoenix, I think he jumped up and did a few songs with us. And we play some of his songs live occasionally. So I guess that's a different kind of satisfaction as well that he gets.
Does he think your versions are better or worse?
He doesn't think they're better, but he's not happy with his either. So, so maybe together we can create the perfect one.
What's the best musical advice he's given you?
Become a doctor.
That's very wise. My dad's best musical advice is be a singer because you don't have to carry anything.
Yeah, I wish someone had told me that. Lugging drums upstairs is not fun.
Do you think you guys would have been in music if your dad hadn't been involved in it?
I don't know. There was never a grand idea that we were in a band. Our dad, our parents. It was just that they wanted us to learn music, to have something in our lives. So, but beyond that, that's an impossible question to answer.
He had the right number of kids for forming a band, though. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Although I've never met anybody who hasn't been in a band, so probably we would have been in a band.
one short of a basketball team. That's what we were going to be.
So are the family in Phoenix as well now, or in South Africa still?
Our parents kind of split their time now between South Africa and Phoenix.
But I guess now you're out on the road, it doesn't really make any difference where they're based. You're away from them. So how do you keep in contact with the family?
Skype. Actually, our parents flew out for this show. But yeah, other than that, we've been on the bus for 10 out of the last 12 months. So we've been living in a moving 1-bedroom apartment with 9 other dudes.
Does it make it easier that your brothers living so closely together, do you think?
In a lot of ways, yeah, and in some ways, no. I think, we've had a lot of practice living together and arguing and then getting over arguments and then starting them again. So we've had that to work through, which a lot of bands, I think, take the first 5 or 10 years to figure that stuff out, and we've had our whole lives. The one good thing is we have an amazing crew who are some of the really good friends of ours, actually, and that keeps the mood light.
Are you managing to eat well while you're on the road? That always seems to be the hardest thing to do.
Not after the Kings of Leon tour. The Kings of Leon tour, we opened for them in the States, and that spoiled us because they had the best catering ever, and every day was a 15-course meal.
But that's something that I think all bands have got to go through, don't you? Like, if you go straight into being on a big fat tour bus or like a private plane like Miley Cyrus, I think that doesn't do you much good. If you're out there, you've got to pay your dues for sure.
Yeah, we paid some dues. I'm happy to stop paying dues anytime.
You grew up in South Africa. How do you think that shaped the music?
I think, a lot of it was growing up there because you're just surrounded by so many there's so many different cultures and subcultures there, and music is a big part of it. But also, having been from South Africa originally, our dad was always interested in all kinds of African music. He had a pretty big, obscure collection of all kinds of tribal recordings and stuff. So we grew up listening to world music from all over the place. And I think that was probably the most instrumental thing, is that hearing from a young age that kind of music. And also, he's always had a mentality of blending rock with either African or other rhythmic influences. And he did that in 1971. So we're basically 30, 40 years later, just, doing our little version of that.
And the Burundi drummers is quite a big thing for you guys as well, I've heard in previous interviews. And they got to work with like Joni Mitchell, or well, she sampled them anyway, and Echo and the Bunnymen. Is that something that you guys would like to get involved in?
I think, yeah, it might be cool, I think, to do something live. There's a sound that they make, which, even on a crappy little YouTube video with an iPhone speaker, just explodes out of the speaker. And there's something special about it. So if you haven't heard it, just YouTube Burundi drums, and it's almost guaranteed to blow your mind.
And it's something that you can see that reaction in your shows as well. If the crowd just don't stop jumping through your shows, and it seems to be that rhythmic thing that, I guess it's a primal thing that you just can't help but move to it.
Yeah, for our live shows, that's definitely a goal of ours, is to keep people dancing and moving. We've got some ballads and we throw those in there. We like to see people dance more than we like to dance.
You do your own fair share of jumping. I've seen it happen. Is that why you put the ballads where you do? Does Jesse need a break?
On this tour, this is our first headlining tour, so we don't really get to play those a lot. And, there are people now that we're selling our own tickets for people that have been listening to the album. They want to hear those songs. It's also kind of nice for us to play those, because not so much a break, because we like a set that's up the whole time, but just as a bit of a change, to show there is another side to the band. Does
it feel that there's a difference between South African audiences and American ones?
Yeah, South African ones are better.
You don't want to be saying that in New York.
I don't mean that in a way to offend American audiences, but the South African crowds that we played to are almost unrivaled in terms of enthusiasm and just craziness, other than maybe by Mexico City so far. Yeah. We played. They just go crazy, and it's amazing.
How do you keep the songs fresh? Because you've been out there for a while on the road on this tour.
We just play other people's songs.
I think a new audience makes the song fresh, and also, like I've mentioned, we brought out some production on this tour, so we're very hands-on when it comes to the lighting design of video, and we've built a show now with the songs, and that for us makes it more interesting. Is to when the lighting is right, it makes us feel like the song is being communicated properly. So that's a new thing for us, and that's fresh.
On a big headline tour, do you feel like there's more pressure because you're the main act?
I'd say it's way more pressure, but it's it's a good pressure. Like we enjoy that pressure because that's what we're trying to do, is put on our own show ultimately.
Okay, so let's hear another track. This is the Temperance Movement. Formed in 2011, they're a British band known for their hard rock sound with undertones of blues and R&B, and this song is taken from their self-titled debut album.
All my time in this world,
This is Kongos, and if you want to get closer to our music, head over to onestowatch.com/Skype.
That track was the new single from Twin Shadow and was called I'm Ready. Twin Shadow is the stage name of George Lewis Jr., whose hypnotic brand of synth rock evokes worthy comparisons to 80s luminaries such as Depeche Mode, Echo and the Bunnymen and the Smiths. The single's taken from his upcoming third album, Eclipse, which is out soon. All right, so we've got some questions that have come in direct from your fans as Skype video messages, so we're going to play a few of those now. The first one is from Hillary in Toronto.
Now, I know you guys are all brothers, so I want to know, is there some sort of weird habit that you guys all share, or you have some sort of, psyche brother bond that proves that you guys are all family?
We may be adopted based on that question.
My brother told me that the whole time. Either I was adopted or I was being grown for spares. That was the worst.
If you're around us, you would know we're brothers by the obscenities we scream at each other, like without any hesitation, calling each other the worst names you can ever think of. And I think only brothers can really do that. And then the next 5 minutes be like, okay, well, anyway.
I'll see you in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's a psychic connection necessarily. We definitely have an awareness on stage of knowing what everyone else is, how they're feeling, how, you walk out onto the stage and immediately everyone just knows, oh, this is going to be a great show or it's not going to be a great show.
I pretty much always know what Jesse wants for breakfast and dinner because he always wants eggs and toast and curry.
All right, next up is Tara from Berkeley.
Hi, I'm Tara, and I'd like to know if you help each other out when you are writing songs, or if each one of you has to fend for himself.
Well, in the beginning stages, we tend to fend for ourselves, but then as soon as the song becomes presentable and we're not embarrassed to play it to each other, then we're actually pretty collaborative and pretty helpful. We have a kind of policy, not a policy, but I guess a tendency to write on our own and then bring it to the band, and then we can tell each other if it's good or if it sucks. And if we tell each other that it's good, it's honest, because brothers do not hand out compliments readily.
So here we go with some more music. This time it's going to come from the Districts, a Pennsylvanian four-piece whose rock roots push through a vast musical landscape, home to folk, blues, country and Americana. Their much-anticipated second album, A Flourish and a Spoil, has just been released and includes this single, Fourth and Roebling.
Sunshine, leave her head the right way. But then again, you can't quite tell for sure. 'Cause we're under us, let our hands touch down. Where you left me in the dark so long before. And walking, street post line like daylight. But I know we won't be right here for much more. So I'm stalling, afraid of sinking down. Trying to find the right words like the same anymore. You're gonna change, I'm sure. You're gonna change from before. Trying to find the right words, it's the difference between us worth 1,000 diamond rings out.
Hey, we are Kongos, and you're listening to the Ones to Watch podcast with Skype.
Fall
Welcome back. The song you just heard was Give It All from the EP This Side of Paradise and comes from the indie-influenced pop singer-songwriter Hayley Kiyoko. Hayley's not just a multi-instrumentalist, but multi-talented too, moonlighting as an actress in films like Scooby-Doo and the third installment of the Insidious franchise. We've got some more Skype video messages with questions from your fans. The first is from Sana.
My question for you is how you write your music. Do you work in pairs, or is it the whole group, or one by one?
We write, for the most part, we write all individually. We write our own songs and then bring them to the band, both lyrics, music, everything. They're pretty much finished songs for the most part when we bring them to the band, and then we start arranging and producing them and working on the actual sound of the record in the studio together, and that's very collaborative.
And that's the same for lyrics as well?
Yeah. We all write our own lyrics and music individually and separately. It's hard to finish someone else's idea, you know. If someone's written a lyric, it's hard, especially if it's a personal lyric.
It's hard to know where they're going to go.
One of Danny's sarcastic, snarky lyrics, you know, it's hard to take it and know where to go, yeah.
So let's talk about the record, Lunatic. Apparently you like the look of the word.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely a factor in choosing the album title. You know, we finished the album before we had a title, and we had the artwork before we had a title. So we tried different words on it. That word has some reference to one of the lyrics in I'm Only Joking, but also just the word looked right on the album cover. And, you know, it's a little bit of a conversation piece, so that's enough criteria for us.
We did also have a question from Laura Rocker.
Hey, I'm Laura, and my question is, what do you think about doing a show here in Brazil? Thanks.
No, this will be our first time. Thank you, Laura. This will be our first time in South America. The furthest south that we played is Mexico City. And that was insane. And then everyone we talked to was like, well, just wait until you get to South America.
Can we talk a little bit about the tipping point from the band? Was there a point where you suddenly went, okay, now it's really started to go somewhere?
Several of those points, but I guess we can look back at one or two major ones. The first was, we sent some emails to South African radio stations with two or three singles, and they had picked I'm Only Joking, one of the big stations in South Africa, 5FM, which is, I guess, the equivalent to BBC Radio 1, you know, massive national audience. And it took off like wildfire. And within a matter of months, we had a massive fan base in South Africa, and then we went on to tour there for 5 or 6 times. We were back and forth from South Africa. So that moment, I guess, when they first started playing I'm Only Joking was the first real kind of hope that we'd gotten for a long bunch of years where nothing was really happening.
And so as a result, now signed to a major label, how has that affected things in the band?
Well, you know, we re-released the album Lunatic as it was, so it didn't affect anything from the musical standpoint, nor will it. It's given us more access and support, because, you know, you do definitely need a machine to get things going, particularly in America. It's such a gigantic market and it's so saturated. So it's, I guess, just given us more power to get the music out there.
Yeah, it's great to have the facility and the infrastructure of a label. You know, you want to go wide, you need something like that.
But it seems to be a bit of a funny situation, because when bands do have a record like that, that's suddenly a massive success, then a label comes along and goes, okay, we'll give you some help now. But you've then got the springboard and you've got the success. So it's a difficult position, because when I've spoken to people about this subject before, they've kind of said, well, we've been looking for you for 20 years and now I don't need your help. So no, I don't want anything to do with this. It must be quite a difficult decision to make.
Yeah, I mean, look, particularly in the States, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to get a major radio campaign going, at least a pop radio, without the connections and the entire infrastructure that major record labels have. You know, it is a bit of still a gated off community that is very hard to crack into. So we definitely needed their help when Come With Me Now started crossing over to pop radio. Our management team ran our entire alternative campaign, and they did obviously an amazing job at that, because they got that to do everything that it did last year. But those bigger steps, I don't know, it just seemed close to impossible to do without the big infrastructure.
But now the shows are selling out, so now it's for people to spread the word as well as the label.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I think the label can help you sell singles, but people might buy a single and never think of you again. But if they come to a show and you do a good show, then they become a fan for life. So we don't consider a person a fan until they've seen a show and then, commit to coming again. And then we have a checklist.
Fan mail.
Yeah. In fact, we interview each fan, audition them.
Have you guys got any pre-band rituals? Because you've been out there for a while.
Well, up until the last 6 to 8 months of touring that we've finally had a crew that we can rely on. Our pre-show ritual was running around like headless chickens, plugging in gear and hoping that everything worked, and then jumping on stage. So now maybe we've had the luxury now of a crew setting up for us from the start, developing some idiosyncratic tics.
I think we try and annoy each other with the most hideous vocal warm-ups ever.
Can we talk about the accordion a bit? Because drums and bass and guitar are pretty standard in bands. How did an accordion come about?
We were recording our first album, and there was this instrumental section that was just not working. Nothing was working. We tried all the conventional instruments, and we had an accordion lying around the studio, my dad's accordion, and picked it up and played it, and it just kind of worked with this sound that we're going from that song. And then throughout our lives growing up, we listened to a lot of music that had accordion in it, or harmonium, a lot of Pakistani qawwali music, and Argentinian tangos, Astor Piazzolla, and that sort of stuff. So it was in our ears, the sound of the accordion, and then it took me some years to learn how to play it properly. I mean, it's a piano keyboard, but there's the element of the breath and the breathing on the bellows takes a little while to figure out, and it became a big part of the sound, I guess.
All right, let's get back into some more questions from your fans before we go off on massive tangents. Firstly, we've got Augustina from Argentina.
Hi guys, I'm Agustina from Argentina, and I want to know what do you know about our country and what are your expectations for our first time here. And thank you and see you soon.
Augustina from Argentina, thanks for your question. We know a little bit about Argentina. We listen to, like Johnny said, Astor Piazzolla and seen lots of pictures. But we actually can't wait. It's been on, our bucket list or top of the list of countries to go to and to tour, especially now that we started to see some of the social media tweets and Facebook messages coming in. Really, really excited.
The next question, this is Kathy from Missouri.
My name's Kathy. I'm from Missouri, and I'm a huge fan. And my question for you guys is, what is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten for how to handle fame and success? And here's hoping you have a lot of fame and success in your future.
Kathy from Missouri, thank you. How to handle fame? Well, first you got to get some, so we're working on that. And then once we get it, we're going to abuse it to get free coconut water and, get a good reservation at a really fancy restaurant.
The best advice I've ever had is to believe everything that everybody tells you at all times. No, don't believe your own publicity is what our dad always told us, especially after he gave us a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, that in all seriousness, that is a lesson that he's taught us and that someone taught him when he was kind of blowing up as a teen star in South Africa. Someone said, don't believe your own publicity. And it's the best piece of advice for this business, I think, is there's so much hype, and a lot of it comes from your own camp, whether you realize it or not. So just don't believe that crap.
I always reference this in pretty much every interview we do once to watch, and I got to interview Pele from The Hives, and he said everything's fine. It's fine to tell everybody you're the greatest frontman in the world. The problem starts is when they start telling you that and they believe it. He's a wise man. All right, the very last question is from Joyce from Canada.
Hey guys, I was wondering what sticks out in your mind as the most unique or exciting opportunity you've had as a result of your success and your recent travels?
Hey Joyce from Canada, thanks for your question. We played, and it is kind of musical, we played a festival in Mexico last month in Sayulita, which is like 20 minutes or 20 miles north of Puerto Vallarta. And it's this amazing little beach town, and in fact, I shouldn't be telling you about it because we won't
try to keep it as much of a secret as possible. But no, the promoter, they put us up for a week. We only had to play one night for like 45 minutes, and they put us up for a week on this mansion with a chef on the beach and golf carts, and we each had our own floor to the house. So that was pretty cool, and we can't wait for more of those type of gigs.
All right, so we're nearly running out of time, but before you go, I really want to ask you about the future and future recordings. Is there an album that's coming together while you're on the road, and what are the plans?
As soon as we get off tour, we're going to head into the studio. So got a lot of songs written, a lot of songs demoed, and it's a matter of hunkering down and doing the good work.
Do you find touring is inspirational to writing, or is it just something to keep you busy while you're bored on a bus?
It's very hard to write on tour, I think, but it is very good for gathering experiences and gathering material that can later be perhaps turned into a song.
At our stage, you know, like we're on a bus with 10 people, and you hardly ever get any space from anything. There's never any silence, so to write is difficult. You know, we're not at that stage yet where Ryan Tedder from One Republic brings his own semi-truck recording studio with him everywhere he goes. He walks off stage and he goes some peace and quiet and can write and record. We're still just trying to avoid people's
Yeah, all our songs would be about, I wish these other guys would leave me alone. It's so stinky in here.
So, new record on the way. What can people expect from the new songs?
Without sounding bombastic, I think it's going to sound like Kongos from the future. That's what we're aiming for, at least. Is we want to keep the thread of what we've been doing, but we want to push it forward. As the guy from the street says, let's push things forward.
Can people still get tickets for the tour?
Yes. Yeah.
Where should they go to get those?
Kongos, that's KONGOS.com/shows. It has links to all the shows, including some of our VIP packages, which is pretty cool.
Jesse, Danny, Johnny, Dylan, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time. Kongos, thanks for talking to us and responding to your fans as well. Good luck with the rest of the tour.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Bye-bye. Well, that's it for this month. And as promised, here is how you can enter for your chance to win some Ace Kongos merchandise. Simply send a Skype message to CloserWithSkype and include the words podcast giveaway. If you like the show, then help us spread the word by sharing the link online. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on next month's episode. I'm going to leave you now with two final tracks. The first is All Hands on Deck by Tinashe, a singer and actress who, like Hayley Kiyoko, formed part of the girl group The Stunners. Since then, her studio album Aquarius has been stealing the limelight with its urban pop sound, its lead single receiving almost 60 million YouTube hits alone.
All hands on deck, all in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind, take it out on the floor like that, like that. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind like wasted heart. When you left me with no choice. I'm looking for a boy to fill this empty void. Kiss the old me goodbye, she's dead and gone, dead and gone. Oh, wasted heart. You took the last bit of love I've ever had. You took a good girl and you turned me on so bad. Kiss the old me goodbye, she's dead and gone, dead and gone. Oh, all hands on deck. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind, take it out on the floor like that, like that. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind like that. All hands on deck. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind, take it out on the floor like that, like that. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind like that. Wasted heart. Done this to death do us apart. I watch you fold like a house of cards. Kiss the old me goodbye, she's dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone. One by one, I watch you fall down, watch you fall like dominoes. Ain't no business switch and destroy. Baby, look at what you've done. One by one, I watch them go down. Watch them fall like dominoes. Watch them go down, watch them go down, watch them go down. All hands on deck. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind, take it out on the floor like that, like that. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind like that. And you know that I tried, really gave my all. Everything that we built, yeah. Baby, you let it fall, and now you want me. Hey, hold me back now. And the thing that's so funny is, baby, I'm long gone back. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind, take it out on the phone like that, like that. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind like that. All hands on deck. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind, take it out on the floor like that, like that. All in the front, all in the back, just like that, like that. I'ma blow your mind like that.
And last but not least, a taste of what's to come in March with a song called Trampoline from Kaylin and Miles, who'll be joining me on next month's podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time. And remember, you heard them here first.
You turn me on. I like what I see when you bounce that thing like a trampoline. Girl, it's your song. You know you're a freak. So bounce it for me. Make it go trampoline.
I met her in the function, she was getting low. Throw it back, drop it down, tell me when to go. Can you do what you doing, no reciprocal? Stretch it out, let me see you get physical. She got a work permit, get it. Give me what you got, let me work with it. Yikes, she been learning it. And you knew you gon' get another turn with it. Hey, bad one, and she good on the floor, I like the way she take it slow, and she can twerk, I don't doubt that. Nah, but let me see if you can bounce that. Where you at, girl?
Let me see if you can bounce that.
You turn me on. I like what I see.
You know I do, girl.
When you bounce that thing like a trampoline. Girl, it's your song.
Bounce with a girl.
You know you're a freak. So bounce it for me. Make it go trampoline.
Come on.
Bounce, 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 bounce. Like a trampoline.
Trampoline with it.
Bounce, 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 bounce. So bounce it for me. Make it go trampoline.
Look, alright, stop. Green light, let's get it, get it. Holding on to the wall when she dip it, dip it. I'ma put the key in the ignition. Come on, pedal to the floor, I see you at the finish. When she do it, she get it, and yeah, she got a lot. Ay. Started out at the bottom, and now she on the top. Speaker shaking the table, and we gon' let it rock. Let it rock. Patting me down in here like she the cops. Bad one, and she good on the floor, I like the way she take it slow, and she can twerk, I don't doubt that, But let me see if you can bounce that. Cloud, get it.
Let me see if you can bounce that.
You turn me on. I like what I see.
I really do, girl.
When you bounce that thing like a trampoline.
Okay.
Girl, it's your song. You know you're a freak.
I know.
So bounce it for me. Make it go trampoline.
Come on.
Drop that thing like it's your birthday. Got a sweet tooth just for your cake. You got all these dudes so thirsty. Girl, don't be shy.
Cloud, get it.
Drop that thing like it's your birthday. Got a sweet tooth just for your cake. You keep all these dudes so thirsty. Baby girl, don't be shy.
Let me see if you can bounce that.
You turn me on. I like what I see.
You know I do, girl.
When you bounce